Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our History of Paradox series, continuing our Let's Play for Imperator Rome as Lingonia in France, or old, which would be modern day France, but old school, whatever, whatever it was back then. But yeah, we're gonna be we're kind of at a moment of peace right now, and trying to build up our little province nation a little bit, and then maybe try and go after some more territories as soon as some of our aggressive expansion and war exhaustion comes down. But let's just jump right into the video. All right, here we are. Here is our little, I guess I'm going to call it a nation, supposedly, or whatever you want to call it, Lingonia. No, it's not. It's decent sized. It's not the biggest for sure, but we're growing. We're getting there. Definitely want to go after some more of these places around us. Try to continue to grow where we can, but again, we're going to wait for our war exhaustion and aggressive expansion to drop off. Before we jump into more of the episode, I do want to ask one more time. Probably be the last time I asked in this series. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to see more videos like this. It really helps out the series like this to get that support, so I know that I can continue making these and that you guys enjoy them. So I think that'll be the last time I ask this, but I just want to make it one more time for good measure, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. But let's jump right into this. What do we want to do today? I think they said at the end of the last episode that what I wanted to do was kind of go through some of our provinces and see if there are like buttons that we can click that will help our overall situation. Just realized we actually have 4 provinces now. We had 3 originally, but because we grabbed these 2 spots up here, we actually have part of this province up here as well. This is our biggest province at the moment, which is... Once we get this spot right here, we would have this entire province, which would be pretty nice. We could fortify the province. We could promote infrastructure spending. Population capacity goes up, although we're not even close to population capped right now, right? We are... There's our province loyalty, and it is going up. So we are about to be fully loyal here, which is good to see from a province this big. Province food. It's continuing to go up. Every 20 months of stored food will apply a bonus up to a maximum 120 months. We got a lot of food. Druidic finesse, governor policy. Currently, we are doing local autonomy, which does increase happiness, but lowers population output. I don't know that we need the autonomy anymore. Our unrest is very, very low, at least if I'm reading this correctly. Where is our population? Oh, there it is, 7 of 18. So we've got a long ways to grow. Can we flip this to something else? To maybe increase population? It's more tax, more manpower, commerce, pop promotion speed. Okay. Increase the speed at which pops in a province are promoted to a higher class in the order of slaves to nobles. Encouraging a healthy distribution of trades will ensure a well-rounded economy. That wouldn't be bad, but that might be something we get after we have more population to begin with. Migration speed. Both of these are migration speeds. One's decentralized and one is centralized. Oh, this one is the capital gets a bunch of stuff. This is where all the other provinces. I could just grab the assimilation. Increase the speed at which pops in the province's territories are assimilated into the country's dominant culture. Okay, that's culture. Never mind. So that is actually not what we're probably looking for. I don't know if we want to change migration. I would like just the population to grow, but maybe none of these trigger that. Local monthly food modifier. Encourage trade. We don't really need the culture. We don't need the religion. Get some more wealth. Which probably wouldn't be bad. Civilization change. I mean, encouraging the trade or acquisition of wealth are probably our best ones. I think I'm going to go with encouraging trade. See what that does. And then I may click one of these buttons. It's more building slots. We've already got a building slot, which we are not currently building anything. We don't have any money for it anyway. We got some local import trade routes after 6 months. Population capacity, again, I don't think that's going to help us. provincial loyalty. It is already going up, so I don't think we need... Oh, never mind. Actually evened out right now. But we're already really high, so I think we're okay. Possibly the trade routes. Just get some more trade coming in. Sure. And we got a decent amount of political influence. Maybe we want to hold on to this. Maybe pushing this button doesn't help us. I don't know. Let's push it, see what happens. We won't learn stuff until we try it. There's our pop info right there. We can move pops 2 here. But we'll let it go for now. I wish I knew how this population was growing. I'm just not seeing that. Population output. So is our population output going to change here in just a second when we tick over? No, it's still 34%. 12.32. We are making, 1.2 gold, which isn't bad. We don't even have this trade route yet. Once we get the trade route, maybe that'll make a difference. Let it go for now. What's our next biggest province? Probably that one, where we have the most of. The Treasury of Biorix Ponicus. We'll quiet down in time, hopefully. So this is one of our, I don't know, somebody's. It seems Biorix has gotten his hands on a lot of wealth as he has started investing a great deal of silver into building a reputation for himself lately. He'll quiet down. So we lose some popularity. He loses some loyalty. He gains some popularity. And some corruption. And some gold. Time to share. We gain some tyranny, which we've got a little bit of. And it is dropping down, okay. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. We gain a little bit of money. He loses some loyalty and some money. I gain some popularity. No, sorry, he gains some popularity and corruption and gold. So either way, he gains popularity. Oh, this has already happened. He's already gained the popularity, the corruption, and the gold. It's whether or not we lose some loyalty from him. Either way, he's going to lose loyalty, which is not ideal. But one way, at least we get a little bit of money. The tyranny probably not going to hurt us that much. It's just going to bleed off in time. I guess that would be what? 36 months ish. I mean, obviously we don't want a lot of tyranny, but it is coming down. So I think we'll be okay. It doesn't seem like it's very high. Of course, I don't know what high is in this context. Anything else that we can do? Arbitrary demands. Lutarius. We're going to lose some money. He has sent us demand for funding to do his job properly. He gains funded arbiter, which gives more popular conversion speed, national freeman happiness, and we get some political influence, which wouldn't be bad. We've already received enough. I don't want to lose his loyalty. You know what? We'll go ahead and go with this. Losing a little bit of gold. It's not ideal, but getting some political influence could help us in the long run. So we do have more than one culture, but they're all part of the Gallic group, right? Yeah. Got a lot of tribesmen that I wouldn't mind seeing get promoted up, become more, citizens and nobles and things, so we can get this research ratio in a better state. I mean, our government seems okay, as far as I can tell. Nation overview. No risk of civil war. Nothing new here. Got tribesman happiness. Got loyalty. Morale of armies. I mean, we could change one of these, but I don't think we need to right now. All right, here we go. This is some stuff. We can change these governor policies, maybe. Like, for example, this one down here. That's something I can check out real quick. Your governor policy is trade, commerce and stuff. And you have no unrest, full loyalty, provincial food looks fine. So that is probably okay. What about you? You have a little bit of unrest, not a ton. And loyalty is fine though. So I feel like we can get rid of this and make this a little bit better. I mean, I don't know that we need the happiness that much necessarily. It's hard to tell. So let's say maybe we change this one to just everybody encourage trade. Try to make everybody kind of happy and give us some money. And then there's this one up here, which isn't a lot. Currently got local tax going, but you're very small. No matter what we do, I don't think it's going to help a lot. Loyalty is actually going down right now. Maybe we need to change you over to get some loyalty. Increases migration, increases demotion speed. I don't think I want to bleed them dry. Probably local autonomy, although that doesn't really increase loyalty, to be fair. I may let it go for now. I don't think it's problematic right this second, but we might need to keep an eye on it. It's the only province that's currently losing anything. If we get below 10 exhaustion, I might start going after this guy a little bit, start looking at that, but we're still a ways away from that. Plus, I wouldn't mind a stockpile of money just so we have that available. Is there any reason to not kind of move our economy around a little bit? We could lower research points, but we're not getting a lot of research points anyway right now, to be fair. So this would probably be the time to lower research points. Although it only increases by 0.03. It's not a lot. But again, I don't know that I mean, we're already at such low research. I don't know that even lower research is going to make that much difference. Commerce. We can increase the values of imports, but lower the values of exports. Or flip-flop. Where is most of our money coming from right now? Is it imports or is it exports? Let's see. If we flip that. Okay, that actually changes that. Okay, that's good to know. This would actually be the best. Increase the value of exports would give us the most income. And we do need to get those trade routes back, maybe. Oh, that's what it came from. We actually lost the trade routes. Oh, okay, I see. Really? That's the only way we get 2 trade routes is with the middle one. Interesting. But it does... Oh, it gives us more money, but only because we're not currently trading anything. You know what, let's unpause this. Let's see if anybody... Do we need to set those up or are these going to be triggered automatically? Okay, looks like we might have to set them up. So if we import... we're already importing... Are we importing food? I know we were going to import food at one point. Yeah, let's import some grain. Sure, wherever. And that actually takes both of them. Yeah, we're getting horses and we're getting grain. We're actually getting horses from these guys up here. So if we were to go to war with them, we would have to cancel that at some point. So how does that look on our money? Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. We could do that. Wish I would like explain that a little bit more, but that's all right. We could lower morale of armies for a little bit. And increase culture happiness or integrate culture happiness. Does lower maintenance cost, which we don't have legions anyway. And levy size multiplier is all 7.5, so that doesn't change. Honestly, this doesn't change anything, does it? It changes a little bit. It changes 0.02 gold or whatever. We can lower fort maintenance. Just potentially a bad idea. But it does give us more gold as well. I mean, more gold typically is better, right? It does increase our corruption, which don't see represented up here. Maybe that's just individual person corruption, maybe. And then, but it lowers wages. I think I'll leave that one in the middle. I mean, how much of a difference would this make? That's a pretty big difference, actually. That's a pretty significant difference. I wish we could see the corruption, though. All right, let's do this for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see if it pops up as a problem at some point. Let's try and get a bunch of money coming in. When we're, like right now, where we're at peace and stuff. Wish I could lower the war exhaustion more. There might be a decision that I'm just missing. We are losing popularity, which is none of these represented at the moment. Probably if I go, well, let's go to, how do I see me again? Is it under government? There we go. So popularity is... Yeah, it is going down. I might need to make my clan chiefs happier then. Like, how do I make him happier? 100 gold. That's crazy. So everybody else would lose loyalty. It's corruption. Can we see how corruption affects him here? Don't see it represented right this second. I don't know. Okay. We'll leave it be for the moment. Prominent centralization. Tincomerus Audexus is one of our more prominent clan chiefs, and a strong leader of his people. Their loyalty to our central rule has come into question lately. Uh-oh. He suggested moving some of that clan under our authority. Such a move would surely put us at odds with him, but secure our authority at the cost of his. All the clans belong to us. We lose some political influence, which we have some. We gain 1 centralization. I gain some prominence, currently 100, which I don't see that represented, so I don't know what that cap is. He loses some loyalty, which would not be ideal. He loses some prominence. Something moves to us. Local population happiness goes down. Which I don't like. Moving some of his people is only natural. That might be slightly better, although he still loses the same amount of loyalty either way. But we lose less political influence. We will let things progress naturally. He gains loyalty. He gains some prominence. And the other guy loses some loyalty. Either way, somebody's going to lose some loyalty. But also, we don't have the risk of losing local population happiness. But a little bit of centralization. I mean, I assume that's a good thing. Hot promotion speed goes up with it. Research points go up. I don't know. Let's go for this one in the middle. Let's split the difference. Who are these guys? These are just mercenaries just sitting here. I guess the mercs are just there and you can hire them at any point. Is that what, maybe that's what that means? That's just where they live as permanent armies. Well, our manpower is starting to bounce back a bit. We're about 1/3 of our total manpower, so that's not bad. Stability is going up. Aggressive expansion obviously still coming down. War exhaustion still coming down. Tyranny coming back down. Got about 15 months left on that. Centralization is where it's going to be. I mean, I don't know. We're fine. It's hard to tell, though. It's hard to kind of determine. I mean, I wish the technology was going up faster, but again, I know we're just not very efficient right now. Can we even see, like, we're not even close to progressing towards anything at the moment. So how much long would this take? This will take 100, about probably what? 10 months would be 160. 100 months would be 16. So it's less than 100 months. So it's about, what, 3/4 of 100 months, so 75 months, and this will be gone. It's a long time to wait. Maybe once this goes away, we can war exhaustion changes because of we're at peace. We don't have any army attrition. Devotio invoked and ruler's zeal. So we actually don't have a lot of zeal apparently. Which is, oh, it's actually that bottom one. Oh wow, yeah, that is our worst stat. That would explain some of that at least. How much money would it cost us to build something at some point? A bit. So we're a long ways away from building anything right now. How's this province up here doing? Still kind of break even on the loyalty at the moment. Still doing the acquisition of wealth. Which does mean we're gaining tyranny. So maybe we don't like that. Maybe we go to the encouraged trade, so at least there's the tyranny modifier. Although tyranny is coming down at the moment. So it really is not hurting us to have a little bit of tyranny. I don't know if this makes a difference though. I mean, this is local wealth is plus 4%. It's currently giving us 0.02, which is not a lot to be fair. But would we get more from the encouraged trade? Let's go for it and just see what happens. I mean, if nothing else, I think the food income is probably better for us, but I could be wrong. Again, I don't remember how population grows. How do we see how population grows? Any food that is not consumed by the pops in a territory is contributed to the provincial food storage. All territories in the province can draw from the storage to feed their inhabitants. Okay. Should we just select the province itself? I guess these are the individual provinces here. Sponsored games, local population happiness, extortion. But again, I don't understand how the population grows. I'm just missing something here. Finesse. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there was a place to see this at one point, but I'm very much not seeing it right now. Juridic growth. Okay, here we go. Here's growth. Population growth. There we go. Population growth speed. Here's a food supply. Base, civilization value, at peace, positive stability. Okay. So we are gaining population right now, but it's just very slow in some of these spots. But at least I feel like I see it now. 0.29, 0.25, 0.28, 0.28. Okay. So it's at least I see where it's coming from. We have the food supply. That's the biggest gain, which makes sense. And everybody's capped out, right? So the only thing we could do maybe is to... Can we increase the capacity of food at some point? I mean, obviously these down here have higher capacity, but that's just because of the number of provinces, I'm guessing. Trying to learn, trying to figure it out as we go. We are losing some stability right now. Some of the aggressive expansion is hurting that. Looks like it will drop down to 50%, 50 stability as part of this thing. And then once it hits 50, it should maybe stabilize a bit more. Looking up. Loses depressed. Well, that's good. I don't want to be depressed. Gives me less finesse, less charisma. Hey, there's the finesse. And less health. So yeah, I'd rather not be depressed. Thank you very much. I think aggressive expansion is going to be bled off pretty quickly here, it looks like. All right, we're losing less stability now. Apparently the ruler's zeal is helping a little bit, maybe. Military experience. Our stability has increased. This is due to your last action. Really? Okay. Military experience. 0 and 200 is where it's at. Measure of the practical martial knowledge of your country has accrued. Experience is gained slowly over time, but can be increased by the average experience of your military units. Earned through combat or drilling, which I think we can drill our levies if we were to raise them back up again. And war exhaustion, while relying on the service of mercenaries, will hamper it. So if we do it mercenaries, we'll actually hamper it a little bit. Military traditions can be adopted using experience, which is under this. Right now we got Celtic, right? We began the game with access to these traditions. This is due to the state of Lingonia is Gaelic. Oh, okay. There's the traditions over here. Ew, I see. And then these other ones are locked. But we actually don't have access to these. But if we get up to 80, which we're actually about to get, we might be able to pick up one of these things. Okay. Well, that's good to know. We're actually about to be there. Here in 1 more month. Perfect timing. Incompetent storage. Local people are in uproar at their toil being wasted so frivolously. Apparently somebody's grain has been allowed to fester and rot away. See to it the proper standards are followed. We lose some gold. They lose a bunch of food. Ouch. Oh, it's already happened. I can gain some popularity. I can gain cruel. We can gain some tyranny. Stockpiling hindered. Sorry. I looked at that wrong. Local food modifier. I don't like that. I don't want to be cruel necessarily. It was only some grain. I think we'll go with the top one. Lose a bit of money for that. It's unfortunate that they lost some food, which looks like it was this one down here. Okay, fair enough. Which I'm assuming, does that change population growth because they have less food supply? At 0.2, yeah, it goes down to 0.12 because they have less months of food supply in their stockpile. So keeping this capped out is very much ideal. That is good to know. And we can pick up a military tradition. Awesome. So we've got enslavement efficiency and national slave output. Okay. Chariot defense, which we do have chariots, right? That is some of our... Yeah, we've got a few chariots. So that's an option. And it does lead to other things, so I definitely want to look at that as well. Let's go here to... That was Britannic. This is Celtic. Forest combat bonus. We do have a decent amount of forest. That does feel pretty useful. Falling tactical being able to hit and run. And then we also have siege ability plus 10%. Oh, I like that. I like siege stuff, usually. Shield wall, heavy infantry defense. Strong arm, heavy infantry offense. This is really going down the heavy infantry route, which... Do we have heavy infantry? We do not currently have any heavy infantry. And I don't know how that would become a thing. Like, how would that change? How does our levy composition change? I don't think we can change it. I think that's just default. I think our legions we can change however we want, but we don't have access to those right now. Now, that doesn't mean we wouldn't have access to those eventually. I could pick up scale the walls and then go down something else later. If we go down Celtic traditions, for example, can I not move this? I want to move you. Okay, whatever. We go down Celtic traditions. We can pick up some of these other ones like archer offense, light infantry morale, archer cost, archers. So this is a lot of archers and light infantry. So archers and light infantry, which is, we do have archers. We actually have a lot of archers. We don't have any light infantry at the moment, but we have a lot of archers. So that's an option. We have a lot of forest though. So the forest thing is appealing. There's a lot of forest around us. So the forest thing is also appealing. Well, that's where the ambush comes in. All right, so if we go look over here though, the chariots, we do have chariots. Not a ton of chariots, but we do have some. We have more archers than anything though. I'm feeling like strengthening what we have the most of. Although I do like some of these things like army attrition goes down, levy multiplier size goes up, manpower recovery speed. There's a lot of good stuff in the Britannica ones for sure. Technically the slave output would help us with our money situation right now. Despite the fact that it's obviously something I don't really want to have, if that makes sense. I would rather not have slaves, but you know, it's part of the game at this stage of the world. Why can I not move this? What did I do? Whatever. Can I zoom out over here? There we go. Zoom out on the right, zoom in right on top of it. It'll help a little bit. Light cavalry we do have. So if we come down this route, we could go down some of the light cavalry, right? National tribesman output. This is a lot more output and stuff. Like helping our overall stuff. This is a lot more military focused though. It's a tough one. I do like the siege ability, to be honest, but some of these would be useful. There's a lot of really good stuff that's here. That's good for even when we're not at war. How much combined cavalry and chariots do we have? There's 2 there versus 3 archers. 2 there and 2. 2 there and 2. So it's actually about almost half of our stuff is chariots and light cav. and the other half is archers. It's about there. So honestly, this would be could be just as useful as the archer one is, while also giving us something in peacetime. Let's go for it. We're at 1.73 gold right now. Let's see how much this actually increases it with the extra 6%. 1.73 gold income is what I'm trying to say. Okay, didn't go by much. I don't think we have a lot of slaves, to be fair. Maybe that's something I should have looked at. But I think opening up the opportunity to go down chariots and stuff is probably okay. As well as the levy percentages and things like that. That's useful. I think there's a lot of good ones in that side of things. All right, so I just realized the time. We actually went quite a bit over in this episode. We're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, I will hopefully get to a point where this war exhaustion is gone and we can start figuring out who we want to go after next. And just keep trying to improve our land as best we can as we go. So I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.